My name is Rhonda Provoast, and I'm the project coordinator for Michigan Association of Intermediate School Districts.
Thank you, Rhonda. We're glad to have you here with us today. Can you tell us what have you been doing with the Michigan Learning Channel?
Well, I've been on board since the end of October, and part of my role was to begin the vetting process for content that was already created across the United States. And we collected a team of coaches that were part of the coaching network with the Early Literacy Task Force. And after the vetting process and a very quick turnaround window, we then transitioned into academic calendars and really looking at a scope and sequence process of what is taught between the calendar year September and June based on Common Core state standards for grade levels between pre-K and third grade, and also what literacy essentials are hit with those standards.
And why do you think that all of that is important to do?
Well, for one thing, it's important because children need a scope and sequence process as well as teachers. And these are the alignment process that teachers should be following if they're teaching to the Common Core as well as the literacy essentials that have been developed over the past few years. But it also is whenever you're looking at pre-K to third grade, you're also not only looking at the horizontal effect, but the vertical effect. What is, the thematic, what is taught before me, what is taught after me. And so that it's very intentional teaching. And it also, with this project, it also gives an opportunity for us to embed those essentials that have been worked on over the last several years, not only with coaches and teachers, but with researchers from our Big Ten universities. So that's been really good work that we have done because it's all research-based and it's, new development.
How do you see teachers using this channel? Like, I know that it'll be available through streaming, it'll be available through an antenna into families' homes for free, or it will be on demand. What would you see the biggest use of teachers using this for?
Well, the concept of it is, it doesn't matter if you're in Marquette or you're in Monroe, you're going to have the same opportunities for learning. So it really provides that diversity, equity, inclusion that needs to be embraced in instruction. And it also is a tool for teachers. It's certainly not to replace teachers. It's a tool for teachers, and it will have a very consistent presentation. It'll have, the lessons will be very intentional. The lessons will be based on, the appropriate grade level and it will also be authored by teachers that are in the field and have, just an immense amount of background knowledge because they are the experts delivering the instruction. And so if you look at it as a resource and a tool as a teacher, it's just another way that instruction can be delivered. And I really like the concept that even though it does have segments and times, it's recorded, it's archived, and it can be accessed at any point, whether it's Monday's recording and you want to, look at it maybe on, the weekend, it's available for free. And our intention is we want this opportunity to be available to all children, all families, and allowing them to access when they need it. It's like going to the library. It's like another cadre of library resources for parents and for families.
That makes sense, a lot of sense. So, Rhonda, can you tell me a little bit about you? What made you decide to want to go into this field?
Into education?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm a veteran educator and I've had various positions across the K-12 spectrum. And my dissertation was in early literacy. So and my background is secondary education, so that was quite a transition. But in my last year, when I was at Eaton Risa, I had the opportunity to um, supervise the early childhood program. And we were, the state funded GSRP blend. And I was able to really work with, a population of children that had so many supports available within that grant that really, I really wanted to learn more and understand all of the developmental factors with a child. And when you are offering children a quality preschool program, that really puts them in a readiness stage for when they enter kindergarten. And their trajectory is much brighter for them if they have a quality preschool experience when they transition. So the fact of the time I was conducting my study was right at the forefront of more slots being allocated in Michigan, and an investment that the state was making as well in early childhood. So that was really inspiring to me. And that led me to, we need to teach parents. So often our parents are left to figure it out. And, we have parents that are working two jobs. We have parents that are professionals that, children sometimes need tune-ups. This opportunity is definitely reaching the household, which was very appealing to me because I have been advocating that we need to reach the parents. And it really was from that preschool experience that I had with leading my teachers and their support staff, their teaching assistants, that I knew we needed something. And then when this opportunity presented itself, I thought, this is exactly where we need to go. And again, it's through a TV. I remember watching Sesame Street Waiting for the Bus many years ago, and how engaging and interactive it was as a child. And so I really think that now, you fast forward, but it really is like going back in time to a certain degree, of how innovative this is to make these opportunities, learning opportunities, available for children. So I'm really excited in the new network that I've established, because I was not part of that early. I mean, I was at the onset when I was a gen ed director, but reacquainting with those literacy coaches and the work that has been done, they are the experts and they will help us get to that next step and add, other content areas as we go along. That's what's so exciting, is this is an evolving project, and it's it's limit. We have, the sky's the limit with it. And so that's really exciting. And one thing too to keep in mind with the pre-K through third grade is most of our elementary teachers teaching in those classrooms are teaching across all curricular areas. So if the instruction is intentional, they will be including science and social studies as well as math concepts in the literacy platform. So even though we're looking at adding that, our pre-K 3 teachers do that on a regular basis with their delivery of literacy.